when you are desperate to grow your business, so this is mainly for the people who are at a position where they just feel stuck. When you're completely desperate to grow your business, it becomes quite difficult to actually get to the point where you can, on a daily basis, maintain that detachment from the outcome, right? So if I go back to when I was probably struggling in business, I didn't really understand this concept whatsoever. And when I was speaking to one of my students the other day, this is the thing that he was saying. I was like, it's all well and good you teaching this stuff, but sometimes it's hard for people to really understand, like, how do you stay detached from making sales when sales are a necessity for you to eat food, right? Like, how do you stay detached? And this is a big thing that I think if you can grasp, you'll make a massive shift in your business. That hustle, that drive, that desperation and will is what will propel you from where you are to where you want to get to, but it's that detachment from the outcome, and that's that confidence in communication that's going to make the big difference, okay? So you've got to really understand that no matter where you are right now in your business, you have to stay committed to that future vision, but you've got to be super present in the moment in delivery. If you don't have anybody in your life to hold you accountable, you ain't gonna get shit done. The other week, guys, I set my mastermind students a challenge to look at all of the areas of their life where they have things that they're doing right now that they ultimately wouldn't do if they had an infinite pot of money, and figure out how to make that happen. So it's a very difficult concept to grasp and understand when you're in business and you don't really have money to feed yourself, right? Never mind pay somebody else to do a job. And it was something that I couldn't grasp for a long time. And one of the big reasons I couldn't grasp it was because I literally didn't have enough money for myself. But the reality was the time that I was spending, the time that I was like expending every day was preventing me from getting stuff done that would take the business to the next level. So when I understand it and like started to really understand the concept of outsourcing and getting other people to help me that are better than me, then it allowed me to earn so much more money from that. So what do you need to do in order to make that happen? Like, what steps do you have to take before you can start outsourcing it to somebody? Well, you got to figure out what needs to happen, right? So first of all, if you had an infinite pot of money, what would you do right now immediately? So I get my meals prepared for me on a weekly basis and delivered to me because I literally don't have the time to be doing it. Or if I did have the time, I'd rather be doing some other stuff, okay? So think about it. If you had an infinite pot of money right now, what would you do? Or what would you get other people to do for you and with you that would allow you free time to then work on your business, okay? Ask yourself that question and keep thinking about it over and over. Then figure out, working it backwards, like how do we get to that point where we can get that person on board, all right? So think about it, first person. If you're in a position where you're struggling with your business, like why aren't you getting help? You know, the last question that I just asked 2 minutes ago was like, where do you need help? And if you had an infinite pool of money, what would you do? Ellen's made $2,200 just this week alone. So that's more than covered her initial payment of coaching. And she's actually made around £10,000 plus this month alone, in the first month of working with me. So what's stopping you from getting help? Whether that be me or somebody else, what's stopping you from getting coaching and help? You know? Where's the fear lie? Why are you constantly addicted to the struggle hustle? Or the hustle struggle, whichever way you want to put it, right? Constantly grinding and working, yet getting nowhere. There are people out there that can help you, me, other people that can take and alleviate all of that stress. So start thinking about it. Where do you need help? Start asking yourself that question, what's stopping you from getting help, okay?
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
So I'm feeling fresh, guys. I just had the shave, obviously, because I had a turbo touch going on and I needed to change that immediately because it was horrible and I forgot to shave. But this is something I do on a regular basis. I often go by myself, I'll sit down, I'll go to a restaurant and I eat and I think. And I was just talking to a guy on the phone who is going to jump on board with coaching, and one of the biggest things one of the things we were talking about was like, he feels like he's so busy all of the time that he doesn't really get space to think about his business, right? So I want to empower you with a strategy that I use on a regular basis. I mean, 80% of my time is devoted to thinking about the direction in which I want to go, and 20% is devoted to actual execution. So coming here for me, eating food and not doing much work in terms of being on the laptop or anything that requires me to create actually allows me to become more creative, that I can think about the direction of everything. A lot of people, what they do is they execute 80% of the time and they think 20% of the time, if that. When that's never going to help them break through and create a future that they want. If you want to create a future, you have to think about the direction of that future. I recommend all my students half a day a week think about the direction they want to take and really get clear on that. Reflect on the week gone and then think about the week ahead. So 80% of your time devoted to thinking and strategy, 20% devoted to actual execution. Here's an analogy. Imagine you were in a field and you know there was gold buried there. You had a map. There are two different types of people. Number one, he takes the map and he sits there for 8 hours and reads the map, looks at the field and starts thinking about where he's going to go with that. Person number two has a shovel and thinks, you know what, by the time he figures this map out, I'm going to find this gold. Starts digging for gold, okay? Digs 20, 30, 40 holes within this whole field. It takes him 9 hours and he gets to the end, he's like, oh, 9 hours, I still haven't found this gold. The guy's been sitting there for 8 hours, reading the map, figuring things out, planning, strategizing, thinking about where it could be. Takes the spade, 2 hours later, boom, hits gold. The difference is, they've expended the same time, yet one person was more strategic and direct, so his efforts were more precise and they conserved energy. A lot of people in business just grind, hustle, and then go, oh shit, I'm in a place where I don't want to be. Okay, so we got to think about things, take a step back, think about the direction, and when you take action, you know that's going towards where you want it to be. Okay, so that's just my little thoughts whilst I'm eating my tacos. Enjoy those thoughts and try and get yourself into a position where you do the same regularly, okay? That's it, I'm gonna eat this steak taco. So my people, today we've talked about two things specifically. Number one, you must have desperation in will, meaning you must be desperate in your desire to succeed, but you must be confident and calm in your communication. By that I mean, in your communication with others, you can't physically show your desperation to succeed, because that will come through unconsciously as needy and desperate. Needy and desperate are two things that will kill a sale instantly, almost instantly, because the second that people see that you need them more than they need you, it turns the power over to them. I always talk to my students about being alpha papa, staying alpha papa and making sure that you control the flow of a communication. If you don't, then you're unable to really position yourself in the way that you'll want to in order to be successful. So that was number one. Number two was 80% of your time should be thinking and devoted to strategy and 20% execution. Most people have this flipped on the head, so they're grinding and hustling all of the time without really thinking about the direction or what actually needs to happen for them to succeed. So they never put any time towards thinking about the numbers, and like they think about getting clients consistently over and over again, and just every single day is about hustling for clients, but they never really think about what specifically is going to take us to get to our goals physically. So when you really think about taking and creating space, 80% of the time think about the direction, build the strategy, and 20% actually execute on it. That's the key thing. And the final part of today's video, talking about the people that you're surrounded by, the people that are associated with you, and the people that you're associated with. There are a lot of people out there, guys, who have personality disorders, and a lot of people who are verging on, if not are sociopaths, and they will do everything within their power to destroy everything that you have. These are the type of people that you go to bed thinking about, and you wake up thinking about, and they piss you off every single time you think about them, and they consume your energy, your time, your thoughts, and they do everything that's kind of, it's not in your face destructive, but it's very manipulative, and it's very underhanding, and they want to see you fail. And you cannot be associated with these people in your life, otherwise you will never get to where you want to be, because they will see to it that they will crush it. This goes for your coaches, your mentors, the people around you. I've had coaches in the past who are people who limit your growth through their own scarcity. You cannot have somebody limiting your growth through scarcity. The fact that if you succeed, they fail. So be very wary. Also, if you have a member of staff, you have a member of team, or you have somebody that you outsource stuff to, or you in general, I mean, here's an example. I would go to a gym a while back, and the people that were there, they trapped me in with conversations that would just drain the shit out of me. Guess what I did? I changed the gym that I trained in. I don't often train in our own gym because I can't get into the right headspace to train while I'm in there, because a lot of people demand my time. But you have to guard yourself from others. Don't allow yourself to be surrounded by dickheads and sociopaths and people with personality disorders. Don't stand people's bullshit ever, right? Because if you want to be successful in this world, you need people around you. That's why being part of masterminds and coaching groups is essential for anyone who wants to be successful. Whether that be my mastermind and coaching group or somebody else's, I really don't care, as long as you're surrounded by successful people that are there to pick you up instead of put you down. If somebody is putting you down on a daily basis and saying really derogatory things, whether it's in joking, a kind of a loose joking tone, or if it's serious, like, that has an effect on you over time. And that will fuck up your own head, and it will also bring your energy levels down, and then you start becoming like them. And you start questioning yourself, you start doubting yourself, you start wondering whether what they're saying carry any substance whatsoever, okay? So think about it, the three things: you must be desperate in will, but confident in communication and execution. Number two, 80% of your time to thought, strategy, and planning, and 20% of the time execution. Thirdly, be aware of who you're surrounded by. There are plenty of people out there who have personality disorders and are verging on sociopathic tendencies. Stay the hell away from those people, because they will drain every ounce of energy that you have, okay? That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's kind of like a mini day in the life of, I was hoping to get some jiu-jitsu in as well, but I didn't manage to get over there because we had a scheduling conflict. So my coach, normally I would have a certain time, I didn't get to do it today. But next time, maybe we'll get you in the gym with me doing some jiu-jitsu and rolling, because I guess that's been a big part of my own success, is having that in my life, you know, challenging myself to the point of which I want to give in, challenge myself to the point of which I can't go on, and challenge myself by people who are far more skilled than I am, okay? That's it. It's your boy Breezy, Superfit Business. Keep tuning in. Anything you need, give me a holler, send me a message, reply to the email, let me know that this stuff helps you, because it's important for me to continue producing this stuff. If it doesn't help you, then I'll produce different stuff. Or if it doesn't help you, then, you know, I'm putting all of this time and energy and effort in, and this money to producing this information. I need to know that it helps you, okay? So that's it. It's your boy Breezy. Peace out, people. Bye-bye.